Well, hey everybody, Halkrex here, just doing a little panoramic view of my Tomb Kings army that I have. As you can see, it's fairly large. I do have a few miniatures in the assortment for the army. So I'm just going to do a quick pan here to show you a little what's in it. As you can see, there's some old, new stuff in here. Some of the stuff you've seen in some updates, some you may not have seen. But let's just delve into it. Alright, start in front here. We got the Ushapti. We have 7 of them. We have some metal ones. And then we have a couple 3D printed ones. And I did put them on. These 3D printed ones are, I took, what do you call it? So one of the companies that produces all kinds of stuff for role-playing and stuff, I bought some of those and created some dioramic effects with those. So there's 7 Ushapti. And over here we have 10 horsemen with spears. So I used to have 20. I don't know if one of them disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. So I had 10 with spears and I had 10 with bows. So I'm not sure what happened to it. But somewhere around in my stuff there's a horseman hiding out someplace. Alright, so roughly I think they're 10 or 11 points a piece. So they're not too expensive to fill out the group there. And then back here, you were like, what is that? That is a metal undead elephant. So that's my equivalent of what you call War Sphinx. So it's got the howdah on the back along with a catapult back there. So in games I used to count that as a Screaming Skull catapult in addition to, you know, being kind of a war giant type thing. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little model. And here you see 6 Tomb Kings chariots. You've seen these recently, the old Games Workshop chariots. So I have 6 of those right there. And then we have 6 Necro Sphinx, not Necro Sphinx, but Acropolis Knights. There we go, Acropolis Knights. So I got 6 of those in the old blue color with brown and blue. All right. And then we have, there's what, 18? Yeah, 18 bowmen right here. So they got 18 bowmen. And then here's another 18 bowmen. You notice that there's a lot of bowmen here. And then we have, let's see, another 18 bowmen. And then another 18 bowmen. So I do have a lot of bowmen. And they run, I think, around 4 points a piece. So they're not expensive. They only hit on 5, so yeah, it is what it is. Then, here we go. This is new. This has never been on the channel yet. Other than when we did the live stream the other night for the Musty Wargamers, this was being worked on. So I was working on this nice little model. This is my skeleton undead dragon. Alright, so there you go. Sitting back in the howdah is a Tomb King. Sitting back there. And you can see that there's a dioramic effect. I printed off a 3D printed monolith, and I broke it up into pieces and put it on there on the base for effect. And so it's a kind of cool little dragon right there. So, took me a little while to paint him up, but he's all done. Then back here we have the Casket of Souls right there. So that's your typical Casket of Souls. Next to it is 3 more Acropolis Knights. So there's 6 Acropolis Knights. And then we have 20 Skeleton Warriors, which can also be what do you call it, Tomb Guard if I want to. And another unit of them right there. So there's another 20. So there's 40 of them all together, parked right there. All right. Now across the front here we have a Lich Priest, BSB, that's Battle Standard Barrier. We have the Queen, Nefertiti or something like that. We got a Lich Priest on horseback. That's an old model I've had. Another Lich Priest. So yes, you see, there's lots of Lich Priests here. There's another one, and another one, and another one. So I could go lots of 1 and 2 level Lich Priests if I wanted to. I got plenty of them, so it's like 5, 6 of them if need be. Go the minimal route of points, and then you can easily force a lot of saves for spells and stuff to kicking them out if necessary. Alright, so back here we have the old Screaming Skull Catapult. This thing has caused havoc in many a game. The old GW. You can see how small it is when you have talked about it. Here's the new style one. And you can see scaling. They supersized them. They went to McDonald's and increased the size of them with lots of piles of skulls to be used if necessary. And then here we have 24 old school skeleton warriors. Some of you may have seen these things. These go back to like 3rd edition fantasy. Yeah, we're talking pretty much the 80s when these came out. It's very seldom see them on the table, so they've been around for a while. And then here we have 5 more chariots. We got a 3D printed one, GW one. This is I think an old Rao Partha one from way back. No, 225 versus the 28s. You can see how much they scaled those things up to. So, a little bigger. And back here we have the 2 Tomb Giants. We got the new Tomb Giant style one, metal. Much bigger compared to the old style. You can see how much the bases are different in size. That may be one that I actually might change the base on and go to a larger style base. Might actually consider rebasing that one. Makes it a little more stable. And then you can see here we have 4 Scarab Swarms. Next to that is a Tomb Scorpion. Which is kind of cool if you ever look. As you can see, there's a body down there inside. So, now here we have, what is there, 30? 30 skeleton warriors. Just your basic bog standard skeleton warriors. Got kind of a champion in there, etc. And then here's the old, what do you call them? The mummies, which would be the old tomb guard. Lots of mummies. It used to be your hard-hitting unit of the undead army from way back in the day before they split things, which it really annoys me. They had the mummies as part of the undead army, and then they split into 2 different ones, and they got rid of the mummies. I'm like, seriously? Yeah. Those can easily been kept in the game and kept going. But, I got a lot of them. As you can see, I got... there's 35, basically, I think it is, in those 2 units. So that could be the old new Tomb Guard. So I could have 2 units of Tomb Guard. I just have to snag some from other units to fill out the force. So, there. So that's everything that I have at the moment that are for the Tomb Guard. Or Tomb Kings. So that's the old Tomb Kings army that I have currently. I do have probably another 60 skeleton warriors that are in, they look more along the lines of these guys here, that eventually I'm going to get around to get them all put together and based and, you know, add. So I got plenty, which can be used with the other Indud army, which is the vampire counts. So I do have in this box over here ghouls and vampires, etc. And you see the old Nagash right there. And there's a lich, not a lich priest, but a vampire necromancer right there. An old, what do you call it? Carrion dragon. And a couple catapults right there. So I do have plenty of stuff if I want to use this. It's like most of everything here can be used in a vampire counts army if I want to. These are a little bit looking towards, you know, they're the Tomb King style miniatures, but and along with the mummies, but most of these can easily be tossed into a vampire count army as skeleton warriors. I do have a little bit of overlap. That's why I want to have those extra 60 skeleton warriors, so I can beef up with more look of that army versus, you know, the Tomb King stuff. But, you know, there's some overlap. And eventually I will get those guys put together and gone over. So that's everything. That's what I have finished and on the table, painted. This is like, I always like to play with painted miniatures. And it's kind of nice to be able to just go to battle with what you have painted. It makes more majestic look on the table. So there you go. All right, so I hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcrex out.